presenting today is a perspective from small town India. What we've been perhaps going through, I was not a part of the sessions today, but I think a lot of it, when we look at youth particularly, we look at the young generation and we look at very, very urban-centric big city phenomena. I'm going to perhaps be trying to put some light and perspective to the small town youth. Question is, what's very different about the small town youth that we're talking about? There are many definitions when we look at it. It's anybody's definition. What is small town India? One may say that these are cities beyond metros, mini metros. One may say these are cities beyond. These are cities beyond that I don't know, or cities beyond that I know. But how we look at it is that the towns that we know, markets, typically it would fall under one of these cities. A lot of people from here must be from these towns, and smaller one as well. But what we define is that anything which is sub 5 lakh population, that's what we define as small town India, which is about represents about 37% of the population, which is also the youth population of the country. And this is very surprising. It is very concentrated around about 70 towns itself. Any town beyond the 70 contributes in 5 lakh plus population, and which is how we have defined this as basis behavior and the amenities. That's how we look at it. But why are they important to us? I think the one very, very clearly that they account for about 63% of the urban population and the youth. Now these are the challenges they are very fragmented. They are about across in 5,000. We can do, of course, do 80-20 here, but still it's a very large number when we look at it. When we look at 70 towns contribute to 37% of the population, and potential, of course, is huge. But are they any different in terms of people when we talk of youth here? I'm going to be sharing some glimpses, as I said, and with some perspective, which just to leave some thoughts behind. They are pretty aspiring as any other youth. I mean, if you look at this picture, this is outside a college in a small place called Ringas in a Sikar district. Now, I had when I was watching there, standing there were about 20 girls, and this bus came in, which is loaded to the top, and they just went into it. It is very hard to even imagine that I would have ever boarded it, but that's how it is. They're aspiring, they're very motivated to do something and achieve in their life, which is very similar to any urban counterpart that we see. Do they want to stand out? Yes, of course they want to stand out. Pretty much very similar to an urban or a big city aspiring youth. So they're not different to that extent. If I look at career choices, the studious, the intelligent ones go on to become doctors, engineers, and do MBA, do a lot of other things, but because they stake their claim on that. Mediocres, MBA supported by family, finance, and things like that. Average student in towns looks at government jobs, teaching as a profession, which has suddenly become very lucrative for them, and left outs who can't get either of those, get into family businesses, do some vocational training, get some self-employment. But again, is it any different? It is pretty much the same as it is in Indores or Agras or Gwaliors, as it is in Ringas or it is in Sikar or any other small town. It is not very, very different. It is pretty much the same. And question is, then what is different? Why should we look at them separately? Why should we look at them any differently?